Appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's your boy, Guy Boson. We back with another one. Rock with you if you rock with me. Subscribe to the channel because subscribing is the vibe and your boy's consistent. We on the road to 4K, baby. I don't know what that just meant. But if you want to follow me on social media, my social media info is in the comment section below. Twitch, Instagram, you know the vibes. Let's get right into it. Obviously, we know Dallas just got smoked yesterday. You feel me? So did Tampa, but that don't even matter. Tom didn't play the whole game. Dak did. So we got a rematch of week 1. Brady taking on the Cowboys. And we're going to listen and react to what Shannon and Skip got to say about it, man. Support the channel, subscribe. Today's the vibe, man. We just going to kick back and enjoy some football talk.
Match against the Buccaneers in the wild card round next weekend. Dallas, a 3-point favorite, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. But, of course, Brady has a perfect record versus Dallas. Shannon,
I'm riding with Tom.
What's your gut feeling on this game?
Skip, it's not good. Skip and I've been talking about this for like 6 weeks. I said the best situation for the Cowboys to finish in the 5 spot, finish run up in the NFC East, play the Buccaneers 4-5 matchup. That's a very favorable matchup. That was a bad loss yesterday. Skip, it's one thing to lose. It's another thing to look horrible in losing. In the last game of the season against a division opponent, and you look like that, that's what you put on tape. That's the thing that Tom and the Bucs going to be looking at. Man, look how bad this team with so much to play for. You don't know what's going to happen. But you played like you were like, man, we might as well just go on to Tampa. Mike McCarthy would have come out better just sitting those guys down. And that way we wouldn't have had to see this performance. But we saw it. It's too late. It's water under the bridge now, Skip. This was horrible. Dak threw his 15th, his league-tying 15th interception.
That's crazy.
And he missed 5 games.
Bruh.
Streak of 7.
Bruh. 15 picks in 17 weeks, and you missed 5 games? Y'all gonna have to explain to me what's going on with Dak. Y'all little Dallas Cowboy fans, I be talking about championships every other week, every time I post up a video. I need some y'all gotta explain something. Cause that's some bum ass shit right there, bro. That's some bum ass shit. That's regression. That's, I don't know what to do without Amari Cooper.
Consecutive games in which he's
trash.
At least 1 interception. 3 picks.
Oh, let's bring that back. My bad. I don't mean to be rude, Shannon. I don't mean to be rude, Shannon.
Extending a streak of 7 consecutive games in which he's thrown at least 1 interception. 3 pick sixes in his last 4 games. Skip, come on. And this is what we do know. 3 pick sixes? He's only played 4 playoff games, and he's thrown at least 1 interception in 3 of the 4. That doesn't bode well. So I'm just trying to spend some positive, because I did say this is the matchup that I thought would be very, very favorable for the Dallas Cowboys. But after that loss, Skip, and I know it's just 1. But Skip, there's a way that you can lose that's disheartening, and it puts a doubt. And don't let them everybody. Oh man, I'm just as confident as I ever would. No, you weren't. No, stop it. Stop it.
Stop the cap.
Guys that play this game, no. You lose a game like that to a team that doesn't have anything to play for, and they're on their backup to the backup quarterback, and their best defensive player don't play, and they handle you in which the way they handled you.
Don't make no sense.
That's not a good look going into the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says, and even Jerry talking about, oh, that's the type. Remember, Skip, when they won, these are the type of games that you win to go into the playoffs. Well, that's not the kind of game that you want to lose heading into the playoffs. Skip, I don't feel as good today as I felt on Friday when we were talking about this matchup. I promise you I don't. And I can't even fake it like, oh, man, I'm good. Hey, I just can't.
Unfortunately, neither can I. Shannon Sharp, you got me. I'm cornered. Back to wall. I feel like I can't win. I've said all year long that my Cowboys will make it to the NFC Championship game. And now they have to get through that guy down in that stadium in Tampa.
Something they've never done before. They've never Cowboys team has never beaten a Tom Brady team.
TB12.
Dak Prescott has 1 playoff win on his resume against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks at Jerry World. That's it. Period. End of story. The guy down there, albeit at age 45, has won 35 playoff games, including 7 Super Bowls out of 10 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
The guy down in Tampa, I always tell you, you just got to be careful with him, because he's the one guy you should never bet against. Well, you bet against them all year, and they've struggled, and they've fumbled and stumbled, and they've been hurt, and they've been old, and they've been this, and they've been that, and they haven't been able to get it together, except when they absolutely had to in Munich, they beat Seattle. And when they absolutely had to beat Carolina to win this division,
they did.
By God, they went out and did a number on them.
Yep.
And Brady throws for 432 and hits Mike Evans 3 straight times for touchdowns after Mike Evans had caught 0 touchdowns in the last 11 football games.
That shit was unexplainable.
It just can't happen, and it did. I don't know why Brady pushed to play yesterday. I'll go to my grave not getting that, but whatever. They look pretty good on the opening drive, and I can just tell you this. They feel a little better about themselves than the Dallas Cowboys feel about themselves.
Yeah.
So here we go, and here we came full circle. So what did I tell you before opening night at Jerry World? I told you I believe Brady will win the battle tonight, but the Cowboys will win the war because they will get even with Brady at some point down the line. And
well, it's down the line.
We here.
Before I needed it. I needed it to come a little later. I
wanted to be in the championship game.
Yes, absolutely. So now I look back at what happened on opening night, and it's just like aberrations are everywhere because playoff Leonard Fournette, on opening night at Jerry World.
Don't call him playoff Lenny,
ran
bro.
For 127 yards. It's by far the most he ran for the whole year. The next on his list was 71.
I was going to say, did he have 121 yards, 127 yards total for the rest of the year?
He never sniffed 100. Okay, so he had 127 on opening night. They had 152 on opening night. They just didn't do that. They finished dead last in rushing because that's how bad they were, and they didn't look like they could run the ball yesterday at all. Opening night, what happened? All of a sudden, I look up in the first quarter, and Tom Brady drops back and hits some guy. Oh, wait, who's that? Oh, it's Julio Jones. He hit him for a 48 right up the right boundary. Remember this?
Yep.
It was a big throw in that game, set up a touchdown in that
Week 1.
game.
We going deep.
And Julio for 69 yards in that game.
Come on now.
Would you believe
Goat
that
work.
was it? The next highest total he had was against Seattle and Munich. He had 53 yards in that game. And he caught a grand total of 24 balls this year because he was never right. He was never healthy after opening night. 24 balls.
I'm going to hold you. This is the worst season I've ever seen Tom Brady play in all my years of supporting my quarterback, bro. Like, I don't know what the issue was going on with Tampa. They just could not get it, bro. They just could not get it together. And Brady, he's always been a quarterback that thrives off the play action and a decent running game. But Tampa just could not. They were just running in mud, bro. Like, every carry, Laney looked like he was running in quicksand, bro. You know what I'm saying? So with no runs, everything essentially falling on Brady. And Brady has led the league in passing yards just last year at 44. But coming into this season, it just wasn't working. Things just weren't clicking. And I told everybody, when Gronk retired, that was going to be a huge hit to Tom. Because Gronk was his safety net. Gronk was that guy that consumed the middle. He was a mismatch for cornerbacks because cornerbacks were too small, linebackers were too big. You get rid of him, that's 60 targets removed out the middle of the field to go to wide receivers. Godwin coming off a torn ACL. Mike Evans looked like he lost a step, even though he got open down the field a couple of times against Carolina. It was just a different Tampa look. And for them to finish, I'm surprised they're not even talking about this, but Tampa finished 8-9. That's the first time in Tom Brady's career he's finished with a losing record. But nobody cares. I don't care. To me, 8-8. Because I think they would have beat Atlanta had he played the whole game. But nonetheless, that's still bad. You know what I'm saying? If they weren't in such a pathetic NFC South division, they're not even a playoff team. But the crazy thing is, why do I still think they're good enough to beat Dallas? Even though Dallas on paper is the better team, it's just you can't excuse what Dak is putting up. Just my 2 cents. I'm going to get right into it.
For a career low 12.5 per catch. He was kind of a non-factor.
Yeah.
And even yesterday, I was hoping maybe he'd get a few reps. Nope, he can't go. His knee's not right. What am I supposed to do with this? So he was supposed to be your quote-unquote speed receiver that you added in place of, I guess, AB.
Right.
I mean, they're completely different.
Right.
Receivers.
And I forgot about
Just
AB.
give you a little bit of pop and deep speed.
Right.
Nope. So he wasn't there. So I say, what happened that night? Brady had a QBR of 55, which is a little above average. Dak had a 20 and played his worst game of the year, and his thumb got busted at the end of the game, and he was gone for 5.
And you said that was his worst game, and he played worse yesterday.
And he played way worse yesterday. So I told you to start this show. I liked nothing about yesterday. I hated that they actually keyed into this game, and the quarterback said last week, we need to go win a football game. We need to show people what we're capable of. And to your point, you mentioned CeeDee Lamb's talking about, we haven't played our perfect game yet, but we're one play away from a perfect game. Well, you were about 70 plays away from a nightmare yesterday, and it was your worst game of the year.
Yep.
So so to me, I'm stuck between the proverbial rock and a hard place because I don't like it either way. It's like I can't. You could say you can't lose. No, I can't. I feel like I can't win this game.
Right.
Okay. Do I think in the biggest picture Dallas is better than Tampa? Yes, I do.
Right.
I've thought that all year.
Yeah.
They flex their firepower occasionally. You say, oh, look at that.
But that's the problem,
Ole.
Skip, because they've been when they take the field, there are not many teams that they've taken the field against this year that's as talented as they are. But that's the problem, is that they play down. You look at yesterday, Skip, they was 22% on third down, 33% on fourth down.
I mean, they're 4 of 18. I mean, that's
Another
horrendous.
6 penalties for 74 yards.
All right.
And lost
Trash.
the time of possession battle, 36 minutes to 24 minutes.
Yep. Okay.
And that's what you put on. That's the last game. Ooh, but hey, let's show everybody we ready for the playoffs.
Yep. Okay.
We're not ready.
And all year, Jaron Kearse has been a quiet force at
Yes.
safety. He banged his head on the turf yesterday,
Yep.
and they took him out of the game, and they took his helmet away.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess. I don't know this for a
Concussion.
fact that he's going to go in concussion protocol.
Yeah, absolutely.
Will he be ready for a week from tonight? Because it's going to be the Monday
They
night
seem to
game.
be erring on the side of caution. You see what they did to Devontae Adams. They lined up in the slot. They kept
No, sorry.
They
You're
touched him
gone.
on.
Okay.
Let me talk to you
All
for a
right.
second.
So you took. I have a strength at safety because I got Malik Hooker and I got Donovan Wilson. They've
Right.
both been very good in their own rights.
Right.
But I'm taking away a big force back there with Tom Brady
Yeah.
at the helm. I just don't know. There is that one guy down there in Tampa I just don't bet against in games like this. You know and I know, however well he can play at 45 with
He'll
the
play.
pieces around
Yeah,
him, he'll play
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He'll be
Yeah.
that guy.
Yep.
Will Ryan Jensen be able to jump in at center after he hadn't played the whole year? I don't know. Maybe for Brady he'll try, but in the
Brady
end,
gonna be clutch,
I
bro.
get that Dallas is a 3-point favorite because they should be. In fact, when I've been thinking the last couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was thinking Dallas might be a 7-point favorite.
Right.
Seriously, because that's how much better they should be from Tampa. Tampa has, what have you said 1,000 times this year? Tampa's just not a good football team, right? Okay, so we're sitting here going back and forth because of one quote-unquote meaningless game yesterday in which Dallas stunk like it's hard to stink that
Yeah.
bad. And yet Jerry's saying, well, now we see what we're made of. If that won't motivate you, nothing will motivate you. Well, I can tell you this, Jerry Jones, your head coach.
Up. That's all she wrote, man. Leave in the comment section what you think. Who you think is gonna win between Tampa and Dallas on Monday night. This is kind of weird to have a playoff game on Monday Night Football, but nonetheless, we got some exciting times. The NFL playoffs is among us, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Your boy's gone.